Hello everyone, and welcome to the application guide video for the study abroad program at the University of Lethbridge. I'll be your host, Griffin Phillips, and today I will be talking you through all the requirements and things you need to know to get yourself on exchange. To give you an agenda of what we'll be talking about today, first of all, we'll be talking about the types of different living accommodations expect to see abroad, the eligibility requirements to get accepted onto the program, some cost-friendly destinations. It's a common misconception that studying abroad is always extremely expensive and not a lot of people can afford it, but there are some options out there that are extremely affordable. We'll also touch on how to secure some extra funding through scholarships and other grants. The first things you need to consider when thinking about studying abroad is the eligibility requirements. The eligibility requirements are that you must be a full-time U of L student, at least in your second year of the program, and have a GPA of 2.5 or higher. Although that is just preferred, you do want to be somewhere around 2.5 GPA, but sometimes there are some exceptions depending on how busy the program and destination you select that year are. Once you meet the requirements to potentially apply for the program, I'm sure one of the next questions that you'll ask yourselves is, well, what are the housing options? Well, let me tell you, the most common types of housing that you'll be living in exchange is student housing. Student housing is similar to what you see on Canada. It's usually on-campus residential housing, very similar setups. You'll usually have your own private bedroom, but you'll be sharing living spaces and bathrooms with other students. Super great way to get to meet other students, and usually on exchange you're getting paired with other international students who are also kind of looking for friends, very similar-minded people to yourself. Private apartment living is another option for students when traveling abroad. This option, the student finds their accommodation on their own completely. They'll have to also find a location that will suit them and everything to meet their own needs, whether that be a grocery store, public transit, something like that, to get all the stuff that you need to live. This is definitely a more involved option than some of the other ones. But if you are like a person who wants a lot of space to yourself or really wants to know what it's like to fully live on your own in a foreign country, this could be a very great option for you. And the final option for housing accommodations when going on exchange are homestays. So what a homestay is what it sounds like. You go and stay with another family abroad, and this would involve you actually living with an entire family. To be a great experience for someone who's looking to completely immerse themselves in the culture and understand how families and interact and operate in a different country, really pick up on the nuances of each culture. Another great reason with the homestays is often your meals are included with the family, so you'll have to prepare your own breakfast or lunch and stuff like that, but the family will be getting groceries. A thing to be known about too about the homestays is you do have to follow their rules. Obviously, you're living under a family's roof. You need to treat them with respect, as you would want someone to treat your family if they were doing the same. But this is a really great option to see a lot of cool stuff that you might not get to see if you're living in the student housing. Getting to see sort of behind the scenes, the family cultural side of what's going on. A homestay would be a great option for that. Well, now that you know the housing options, you got to figure out where you want to go. I'm sure you have some ideas in mind already, but there's some things to consider. Yeah, do you have a dream destination? Maybe write a pros and cons list about it. Is it accessible? Can you travel? Can you see other things? What is important that you want to get out of your traveling abroad experience? Is it that you want to travel and see a bunch of other stuff, or is it that you want to learn about a specific program? One of the most important things too that we've noticed is big barriers: finances. There are some countries that are extremely expensive, which does kind of fall into line with, yes, going on exchange is expensive, but that is not the case for all countries, and do not think that because it is more affordable to go to a country that it is not going to be as good as those other countries. They are truly amazing as well. And then the last thing to focus on is the courses. How many courses are you looking to take, looking to get credit for, and looking to bring back? As we mentioned on the previous slide, there are varying prices when it comes to going on exchange. Here we look at one of our more affordable options when it comes to studying exchange, and that is beautiful Poznan, Poland, University of Economics and Business. I was lucky enough to go to Poland on my exchange, and wow, what a beautiful country. Tons of history, tons to learn about, just truly amazing. And one of the other things that I noticed when I was there was how well priced everything was. Going down and sitting at a restaurant for a good meal was 40 Polish zloty or 14 Canadian, and that would involve sitting down at a restaurant, having whatever you wanted on the menu, and maybe a beer or two as well. Super affordable. Looking at the living expenses as well, the transportation, you don't need a car or anything. That is what you'll be paying for the month. The living accommodation is extremely cheap. I don't think that any of us in Canada right now are paying less than that for anything unless we are still living with our parents. Another cost-friendly destination to study abroad at is Kaohsiung, Taiwan. This is an option that is great for exploring Eastern Asia. The central location of it allows you to go everywhere throughout East Asia for a very, very fair price. When it comes to rent, you're looking at about $250 to $300. Still very, very cheap for the time you're there. The food you're spending maybe the $200 the time you're there. The transportation for taking the bus or a ferry or anything like that, per use, you're looking at about 25 to 50 cents per time Canadian. So extremely low cost for an option here to go study and see beautiful Eastern Asia. Penang, Malaysia is also another amazing affordable option for students when studying abroad. Penang is located in Southeast Asia near Thailand and all of the islands that are floating in the beautiful teal water. The city Penang is known for its soft sandy beaches and fondly regarded as the food capital of Malaysia. So if those are things that interest you, as well as having an affordable destination and saving money, it's possible, if you're comfortable sharing a room with somebody else in a university dorm, to pay as low as $40 per month for your accommodation. If that doesn't tickle your fancy and you're looking for a bit more space, maybe your own private room, the university will still help you find something in the budget there. You're looking about $100 to $300 per month Canadian. So still very cheap, as well as food and things like that. The cost is substantially lower and delicious. So if this is a destination, you like the beach, like the food, you want to go travel through Southeast Asia, this could be a spot for you. And finally, the beautiful Budapest. It's another affordable option that we offer at the University of Lethbridge. If you know anyone who's been to Budapest, have a conversation with them, ask them about it. I'm yet to hear anything negative about this city. All that I've heard are amazing things. Extremely well rated. It's often one of the most traveled cities when people are backpacking, and it doesn't get left off of most European vacation trips. Budapest is cited as one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, ranked as the world's second best city by Condé Nast Traveler, and Europe's 7th most idyllic place to live by Forbes. So with all that said about it, it's still affordable. When you're looking at a room, it is a bit more pricey than those other options that we looked at. You're looking about 250 to 400 Canadian per room per month. And you're going to also find a little bit closer prices that resemble grocery stores in Canada when it comes to grocery shopping. However, there's still an incredible amount of public transport and infrastructure built, like trains, all of that, to get you around in an easy, affordable manner. Another great thing about Budapest is its location in the EU. It's super accessible to go see other things around you that are awesome in affordable ways, whether that's just jumping on the overnight Flix bus for $5 to go to a different country, or you're going down to the train station. It's super easy to get around from Budapest. I would definitely recommend it for someone looking to live in a beautiful city, see lots of amazing things, and travel through Europe, as it's super accessible to see other stuff as well. So now that we have a little bit of background about destinations and our accommodation options, let's look at the actual application process and what it takes to get yourself on exchange. So the first step that you need to do is visit our website and research our partners in universities and programs and find something that interests you. The next step after you see something that interests you is to attend an upcoming exchange information session with our outgoing exchange coordinator, where she will provide you more information on those specific destinations and maybe some more ideas along the way. The next step after that meeting is to visit your academic advisor. This is good because they will help you plan out your schedule to see if it'll fit in your program and leave you room with electives to make sure that you can get credit for as many courses as possible while doing the exchange. After you meet an advisor and figure out that, yeah, it's going to work in my schedule, the next step is to send in the actual application letter. So this process is you're supposed to obtain an official transcript from the registrar's office, write a 250-word letter of intent describing why you want to participate in this exchange and how it will assist you in achieving your academic and personal goals. The last step of this part is to pay the application fee. Don't worry though, if you don't think that your GPA is quite good enough this time, it is a one-time application fee. So if you were applying for the fall and you didn't quite have the GPA, no problem. If you worked hard in the fall and got it up and wanted to go again in the spring, the application fee is already paid and we'll get you on your way. After that, you want to complete the online exchange application form and wait for us to contact you from the international office. So you've applied, waited, and now you're accepted. It's time to get excited. You're going on exchange. This is awesome. The next step now is waiting for us to contact you. We reach out to contact you to set up an appointment. This is where it gets pretty hands-on from the international office. We'll help you complete the exchange host university application and admissions forms for housing and admissions. We'll get you set up with a travel risk management orientation, and we'll also get you to complete the liability waiver form and register on the Student Safety Abroad Registry. Another part of getting ready for going abroad that is often overlooked is applying for scholarships. There are specific scholarships set aside just for students studying abroad, and scholarships do not have to be paid back. So by not filling this out, you are kind of just refusing free money that could be used to better your trip. Okay, so to apply for scholarships, you're going to go onto the University of Lethbridge website and look at the scholarships and student finance tab. Once you click on that, you'll get to a page that looks like this, where you click on the awards, click on the listings here. Here you can see all of the potential scholarships and awards that the University of Lethbridge offers. In the top right corner, there is the sign in button where you'll click that and log in like you do. Once you log in to sign in, you will be moved forward to this page where it is the process of application, just a general filling out of how to apply for scholarships and which scholarships you are applicable for. For students studying abroad, this is an important part because there's a section in here to select where you need to click off to say yes, you are going to be traveling on your upcoming semester. This will ensure that you get all of the travel grants that you're eligible for. Same thing for Indigenous students. There's another question to select to identify properly. Take your time doing this. Read the questions because the questions are based to help you receive the most scholarships possible. So take your time, fill out the application properly. It's not too tough, just a multiple choice question, and it'll result in at least a couple $100 thrown your way if you are traveling for the semester. Log into the bridge. However, there are some application deadlines when it comes to applying for these travel awards. So if you're planning on going for the spring semester, January to April, you need to apply for those before November 1st. If you're planning on traveling from May to August, you need to have those applications in by March 1st. And if you're planning on traveling for the upcoming fall semester, September to December, you need to have those applications in by July 1st. Alright, so you've applied for your scholarships, made sure your passport's valid long enough, and now it is time to get some stuff going. So you need to obtain your letter of acceptance, purchase a plane ticket, complete and send your student application visa if that's something you need to do, but don't worry as well. We'll be in touch with you, helping you get set up and ensure that everything's moving in the right direction. The last thing that you need to do before you leave is pay your tuition and plan for your upcoming semester because you'll be registering for classes while you're abroad for your return semester at the university. So once you've finally gotten on exchange, there's just a couple more things to do before you get to go have the time of your life. You just let us know that you've arrived so we know you're safe, and then to check in with both the University of Lethbridge International Coordinator and the partner university exchange coordinator to let them know that you're there. And complete your course registration if that's something you have to do. Don't worry, you will know beforehand if you have to do that. It's not going to be a last minute thing. But most importantly, have fun, enjoy, take the time to smell the roses. It's a great experience. You're going to learn a lot about yourself and others. It's going to be truly, truly amazing. Enjoy. If you're interested in learning more about academic accommodations while studying abroad, or accessible friendly destinations, or applying further for grants, please click the link below.